When you start to worry about what others are thinking of you and fearing that you're being misunderstood, just go inward. Stop going outward for validation, for confirmation that you're good enough and that you're a nice person, an intelligent person, a beautiful person. Stop looking for external validation. Self-validate. That's what adults can do and should do. Stop giving other people the final say on who you are. Stop letting others determine how you think about yourself. You're an adult. You don't need approval from everyone around you anymore. As kids, yes, we do need that because that allows us to be safe and be fed and have a home to live in, but you're an adult now. Hello beautiful people, welcome to my channel. My name's Alessia. For those of you that have never seen my videos before, welcome to this safe space on the internet where you can relax and connect with other people that are like-minded. Today I'm going to be specifically talking about how to stop caring what others think. Now I want to be really honest, I'm not going to be able to help you achieve not caring at all, because that's not actually possible, because you're human. As humans, our brains are wired to form bonds, to seek social connection. Hence, we take into account what others think. It's actually helpful to be able to be considerate of others' perspectives. It makes us better human beings. It allows for empathy. Considering others' thoughts and feelings and experiences is an important part of being a human, of being in community. So don't get really annoyed at yourself and think, oh, there must be something wrong with me because I care. I care what others think of me. That's normal. It's actually innately human. That being said, some of us worry a little more than we should. For some of us, we become so consumed with fear of judgment that we avoid going out, we avoid being creative, we avoid pursuing our dreams. And this is when worrying about what others are thinking becomes a bit of a problem, something that we should address and change, when it stops us from living. So I know the situation that you're struggling with very well. I have let the possibility of being negatively perceived by others hold me back, stop me from living a life that I want to live. Actually, fairly recently, this has really impacted me and stopped me from going to coffee shops, leaving my house, doing the things that ultimately are really good for me, the things that I need to do for my mental health. I have let my fear of being judged by strangers even stop me from living, stop me from doing healthy things. So I'm a YouTuber, obviously. Hence, I spend a lot of time looking at my own face on a screen, editing. I film sit-down chatty content, so a lot of my work involves me looking at myself. And that's a little bit embarrassing to do in public, in coffee shops, in libraries. But I like to work in public spaces because I work for myself. I work alone Monday to Friday, and sitting in the same four walls, doing work in isolation, not chatting with other people, having meetings, is just a bit too much. It's a bit demotivating, and it can propel me into depression if I spend too much time with my own thoughts. So coffee shops have been my sanctuary. They have been my breath of fresh air on a really difficult day. But on the days where I've had to edit YouTube videos, where I've had to edit myself, essentially, I've avoided going to coffee shops because I've feared people judging me. Thoughts have actually crossed my mind, like, if they see me editing my YouTube videos, they'll think I'm conceited or cringy. So this video is in paid partnership with BetterHelp. If you struggle with the fear of being judged, of being perceived, if you worry about other people's opinions of you, you really don't need to deal with this alone, navigate this alone. You can reach out for help. You can reach out to a BetterHelp therapist, somebody who gets it. And having somebody to turn to when you're really in your head about how other people are perceiving you, having somebody else to express those fears to, can be such a relief. It can make such a huge difference. especially when it comes to building confidence. I just want to say to you, it's okay to ask for help. It's actually really brave. It's an act of self-love. I kind of think of therapy now like going to the gym, but for my mind. I've been doing weekly sessions and it really does set the tone for my week. It really helps me set myself up for success. And it helps me get out of my head because I'm quite literally externalizing my thoughts to somebody else. There really is something incredibly powerful about letting your thoughts out. Just saying them aloud to another human being can take so much weight off your shoulders. So BetterHelp can help you connect with a credentialed therapist who can help you with your needs. And if you don't feel like your therapist is the right fit for you, that's absolutely fine. You can switch at no additional cost. So if you'd like to connect with a BetterHelp therapist like I've done, just click the link in the description or go to betterhelp.com/Southerberry to get 10% off your first month of therapy. I really wish you all the best with your therapist and with that journey. So yeah, I've avoided going out of the house, being perceived by others, and it's had a really negative knock-on effect on my mental health. Confining myself to my home, that is not good for me. I don't think it's good for anybody. Being stuck at home can make you feel so low, so lonely, so demotivated, so uninspired. It can make anything else feel like a real laborious task, exercising, cleaning the house. If you're stagnant in one area, it really does affect how you approach everything. It affects your energy levels massively. When you work for yourself and you don't have a team of people, human interaction is very rare, Monday to Friday in the working day. So going to coffee shops is one of the few ways that I get to feel connected to life outside of my own bubble. I really do crave seeing different people, new faces, different places, being exposed to the world. It makes me happy. Not only that, but it allows me to be creative. It gives me ideas. I get actually my best ideas when I'm out and about, being able to observe life, being able to change up my environment. Having that novelty is really good for my brain, but my fear of judgment has held me back. It really did take a real shift in my mindset to overcome that fear and to allow myself to return to working in coffee shops. I don't know if anybody else feels this passionately about coffee shops. You'll have to let me know in the comment section if that is you. Maybe it's the Italian in me. So here is my advice on how to change your mindset and, to a certain extent, stop caring about what others think. It's all about the thoughts that we are experiencing in our heads because they shape our perspective, our reality. We as humans don't all experience the same reality because we are all obviously living in different parts of the world, but also because we're all thinking different things. We all have different dialogues going on in our heads. For example, you and your friend might be in the same environment. You might be there at the same time, doing the same thing, sat next to each other, maybe in a park, but you might feel a very different way about that experience. Your friend might leave feeling really happy, and you might leave feeling really on edge. Perhaps you're caught up in very negative, fearful thoughts about what others are noticing about you. Maybe you're thinking, I look stupid, they're judging me, my hair looks really greasy, why did I wear this outfit, I look messy, God, these shoes look silly. Whereas your friend might be thinking, oh, listen to the birds singing, they're so loud today, the grass looks so green, this matcha tastes so delicious. Same environment, different experience altogether because of the thoughts swirling around up here. Our inner dialogue is everything. So one really powerful thing that we can do, probably one of the most powerful things, skills that we can learn, is to challenge our thoughts and to interrupt the negative thoughts before they spiral. We can learn to gently redirect our attention to more productive thoughts when fear of judgment comes up. Now, that's not me saying we can just constantly think positively and avoid all negative thinking altogether. No. Part of the human experience is experiencing the highs and lows, having those fearful thoughts, having those joyful thoughts, having those anxious thoughts. That is life. But the point is, you want to avoid feeding into them. For example, if you do get a thought in your head that says, I look stupid, maybe you're out and about on your own trying to enjoy a solo walk. It's probably going to make your walk very unenjoyable and make you want to stay in next time and maybe just watch TV instead. And that's likely to happen if we really feed into that thought, if we really believe in it and we give it evidence. I do look stupid because I didn't wash my hair today and it's greasy. Oh yeah, I also got ready really quickly and didn't really think about my outfit and it's a bit random. You're adding more fuel to the fire because you're adding more negative thoughts and more evidence that you do in fact look stupid. But what we can do instead is allow those negative thoughts to come up when they do. We can't fight them. Well, we can, but if we do, then they tend to stick around for longer and be more distressing. What we can do is we can just allow a negative thought to show up if it does randomly, like I look stupid, but not feed into it, not accept it as truth. Just watch over it. Oh, it's funny that that's come up in my mind. Actually, I'm comfortable. I'm wearing an outfit that I threw on and that allowed me time to sleep in. I didn't have to spend ages getting ready this morning. I look like me when I'm relaxed, and that's great. What really matters is the chain of thoughts that follow a negative thought. Because you can have a thought, as I just demonstrated, like I look stupid, but follow it up with some kind thoughts, some nicer thoughts, some thoughts that don't make you feel really silly and really self-conscious. We can challenge our thoughts, and I know that's probably quite simple advice, but I think it's something we need to be reminded of every now and then. It's something that I need to be reminded of every now and then because it's so easy to, in autopilot, just be negative and criticize ourselves and not even notice that we're doing it, that we are being our own worst enemy. It's so easy to just go along with that. But, you're aware now. I've brought your attention maybe back to this. Maybe you already know that you can challenge your thoughts and therefore alter your reality or experience of life. You will get negative thoughts. You will. You'll probably get one today. But the point is, you do not need to feed into them. You can give yourself a thought that actually challenges that negative thought. That gives you a different perspective. You can change the narrative. You can stop that negative thought from spiraling into multiple negative thoughts. Like I said earlier, when I've been in coffee shops in the past, I've had thoughts like, oh gosh, they're definitely judging me. They definitely think I'm conceited and cringy because I'm editing footage of myself. I've had that concern in my head, but it didn't start there. It started with a more simple thought. Are they looking at me? Are they looking at my laptop screen? Do you see how it then spirals? They have noticed. They're looking at my laptop. They're probably judging me. That first initial thought can be the start of several really nasty thoughts, and they can just get worse and worse and worse and more specific the more time we put into thinking about them. So what we need to do is disrupt that idea. Now when I'm in coffee shops, I really practice reframing the narrative. If I get a thought in my head that says, someone's judging you because you are clearly a YouTuber that films herself and that's a bit cringe. If I get any thoughts along this line, I will say to myself, but I'm proud that I do YouTube and that I put my opinions online. I'm proud that I've come to this coffee shop to edit because I know it's good for me. I have a right to be here. At the moment, I'm really working on catching myself before I spiral into a load of negative thoughts. It all starts with that one negative thought. You don't need to believe in it. You don't need to let it grow and give it energy and time. You have the power to let that thought exist in your head. Don't fight it. Don't cause a battle in your own head. Allow it to exist, but gently and calmly question it. You can choose a better narrative for yourself. Once I started to evaluate everything from my own perspective and tune into myself and out of what I think others are thinking, being in coffee shops and editing my YouTube videos felt a lot less daunting. Actually, it started to feel exciting. Stop giving other people the final say on who you are. Stop letting others determine how you think about yourself. They don't know you as well as you know yourself. They're not there with you through thick and thin. What do they know? You're an adult. You don't need approval from everyone around you anymore. As kids, yes, we do need that because that allows us to be safe and be fed and have a home to live in. But you're an adult now. You can make decisions for yourself. You can determine your pathway. You can call your own shots. You can focus on making yourself proud. And that's what really matters, you know? What you think of you. I am really proud of the YouTube videos I make. I'm really proud that I come at every video from a place of love and a place of really wanting to make other people feel less alone with the stuff that I've felt alone with. I think that's great. I think that's great that I'm doing that. I think it's great that I'm listening to myself as well and saying, God, your opinion matters, so much so that I'm willing to post this online. So that's my story. That's me. That's the path that I want to go down. And if other people disagree with me, if they judge me, that's totally fine. That is their perspective. I don't need to take on their perspective. I don't have to make their perspective mine. When you start to worry about what others are thinking of you and fearing that you're being misunderstood, just go inward. Stop going outward for validation, for confirmation that you're good enough and that you're a nice person, an intelligent person, a beautiful person. Stop looking for external validation. Go inward because you know yourself best. Self-validate. That's what adults can do and should do. As long as you're happy with the decisions you're making day to day, that's all that matters. You should derive a lot of confidence from that. And if you don't actually feel good about who you are and how you show up in the world, maybe it's not other people's judgments that are coming up in your head, but your own judgments. The judgments you're assuming are coming from others are not actually theirs, but yours, your own projections. Take a deep breath with me now. Difficult question, but what do you judge yourself for? If we're thinking honestly here, is there something that you really do judge yourself for, that you currently do? Is there something about yourself that you find really uncomfortable? And I encourage you to explore why. What informs that judgment? Is it childhood experiences? Your parents' perspective? Are you taking on their judgment of you and bringing that forward in your adult life? Please be kind and gentle with yourself when you're pondering these things. I do think getting some understanding of where this judgment is coming from, if it is coming from you, is really important. I think it will really help you I know it's really hard to not worry about what everybody else is thinking about you. I know how hard it is to silence those worrisome thoughts. It takes a lot of time and energy and patience with yourself to train yourself to redirect your thoughts, navigate from self-kindness. But the more you practice tuning into yourself, your more kinder voice, instead of all the noise, the more space you will create for yourself to live the life that you truly want to live. I really hope that this inspires you to challenge yourself and to get yourself out the house if that's what this fear of judgment has stopped you from doing. I have other videos on this topic that cover it in more specific ways, so I'll link them now. Definitely go and check them out, and subscribe, hit the thumbs up button, share your tips with everyone in the comment section. And yeah, I'll see you next week for another video.